Hi, and thank you for joining me. I'm Bert Ray, CEO of AppWork, and I couldn't be more excited than to spend the next few minutes sharing with you this tool, the piece of technology that we've built that is going to ultimately enhance and improve the engagement and efficiency of your maintenance teams. That's going to drive and improve net operating income for your communities. There's four key factors that I want to emphasize over this demo over the next few minutes. One is how we're going to give you actionable analytics to drive better decision making. Two, we're going to enhance your technician skills and improve their ability to match their skill sets with the work that's being assigned to them. Three, we want to focus on reducing vacancy loss so that we can maximize the return and the opportunity for you to capture your rental income. And four is we want to focus on net resident engagement and emphasize how our automated communication is going to improve your resident satisfaction and overall customer service. So let's get started. What we've built here just on the forefront on our analytics page really just gives you, instead of the classic way of running multiple reports and having to pour over spreadsheets and digest the information, is we're putting the detail right here in front of you. So understanding, and these are clickable analytics, so you can understand your open work orders, your completion percentage, but not only that, but see from a graph as you're comparing. This is a look at 4 different communities, but look how they're performing side by side. If you want to get a portfolio view or look at a certain state's performance or a region's performance, but then just comparing how your closing rate of work orders is compared to the open rate of work orders. Are they trending down or trending up? This is actionable information that you can look at and understand. Are things going up? Are they going down? Are they good or bad? From there, what specific category of repair is taking the most time? And if it's taking the most time, it's obviously costing you the most money. And as you can see, the comparison of these 4 communities, plumbing is far and away the biggest burden on the time of these technicians. So what about plumbing isn't? You can click into this and see its drainage issues and leaking pipes. Is there, from a leadership, from an ownership standpoint, is there an opportunity to have a CapEx question here? Is there a solution that we can bring in with a one-time investment that will resolve these perpetual problems that are costing the time of the technicians, so that you can create a solution and free up that time of those technicians to take care of the other repair requests that come in for those technicians? Again, maximizing their efficiency. And maybe you don't have a staffing shortage, it's just a usage time or allocation of the time of those technicians. And you can see the time allocated and who's completing what. Again, out of these 4 communities, here's the breakdown of the work that's being done. Again, this is all clickable, so you can see for Mr. Perez, appliance repairs and plumbing are taking up 55 to 60% of his time. So how can we better improve making sure that he's properly outfitted so that he can complete those specific requests in a time that's more efficient for the resident? And on top of that, is he qualified? You know, maybe appliance and plumbing repairs are taking him longer because he's less skilled in those repairs. And we're giving you that information. We talk about enhancing the tech performance. I can go in and see by technician exactly where their strengths and weaknesses lie, so that you can put together work improvement plans with a supervisor or with a maintenance director, so that you can better understand, okay, what's driving the callbacks for these particular technicians. So if I look through the skill set here, far and away plumbing is the biggest culprit for callbacks for this particular technician. Callbacks are something that we really wanted to focus in on when we were building this technology. People are such a critical part of success in multifamily. We're managing where people live and they're living where we work. So we can't divorce ourselves. Even all the technology we want to bring into the into multifamily, it's still a people business. It's still very relational. So we wanted to emphasize in our technology how we can identify and create opportunities of improvement for each of these technicians. So for this particular technician, its plumbing is probably his biggest weakness because of callbacks. There's nothing more inefficient in the technician's work day or work week or whatever than a callback. They've gone and done the repair. The resident wasn't satisfied. They requested, because they get a notification upon completion that they have the opportunity to rate the repair a 1 to 5 star rating. or request a callback. So they requested a callback, so now you're having to go back and do it again. Right now, I can turn off plumbing. I can deselect each of these categories, and as the work order system is auto-assigning, it's not going to assign any of these work orders to this technician. So it mitigates that callback immediately. I can set that technician up. We can work on a training program to improve his plumbing knowledge. Then as easy as we turn him off, we turn him back on. And now he's back to getting assigned plumbing work orders. So how does that assignment work? As I look at the work order page, you're going to see unassigned, assigned, completed, all here in clickable information that you can track. So why do we have unassigned work orders in the system? So as a resident is using their portal to submit a work order request, or they're contacting the leasing office to communicate their maintenance needs, it's going to automatically come into the system as an unassigned work order. You can, if it's a leasing agent or an assistant manager, manager in the office that's issuing the work order, you do have the opportunity when you're creating the work order to assign it at the point of initiating that work order. But without that, it's going to come in as unassigned. The system is auto-assigning work orders and moving it from unassigned to assigned based on work order completion. As a technician completes their work, and they each will have a set number. You set it up to decide how many you want them to carry on their mobile tech app. If they're assigned 10 work orders, they're going to have 10 work orders on that app. As they complete one, it goes out, it comes and lives in the completed work orders, and the system is going to automatically assign them the oldest or highest priority work order at that point. So it's an automated function. So no longer are you losing time with an individual staring at work orders and doling them out based on how they're coming in. The system is going to do it based on the parameters that we help set up in the settings initially with it. Once it's completed, this is another key factor of compliance, is all the information associated with that work order is going to live within that digital record of that work order. So as I sort this by comments, the old method of going to the maintenance repair folder. So you had a maintenance folder for each unit. You would go in and open that folder, and you would go in and analyze each work order and see the notes that were in there or not in there. But you had to go to the property to do that. Now we're putting that right in your fingertips. So whether you're sitting at the corporate office or you're a regional manager or the supervisor, you're all looking at the same information. This is a code violation, and you're seeing the information as far as the point at which it was issued, date, time stamp, it's automatic. The request, the information that goes in, the pictures that are being taken, and all this is happening from the text app. They're inputting that information and it's being stored in this digital file, but you're getting everything from a compliance standpoint all the way down to the completion of the work order. So when you ever have questions about, especially when you're looking back at callbacks, or maybe a code violation, maybe it's damage charges, you don't have to worry about the paper file that may or may not be accurate. It's all going to be contained right here in a digital format. Make readies. So how do I improve, and how do I improve your make ready, which reduces your vacancy loss? And really, make ready improvement is based in scheduling and management. And we're putting those tools at your fingertips. You have the ability to schedule your make readies. You can either assign it to a technician, you can assign it to a vendor. As soon as those assignments are made, those notifications go out informing the vendor or the technician that they have a new task. From a management standpoint, sometimes it's hard from a table view to really see, okay, how the workflow is supposed to happen day to day. So we built a calendar view to give you, from a management standpoint, a better viewpoint, better recognition of the day in, day out tasks that are associated with make readies, so that you can better manage the process all the way from move out, inspections, back to move in. If I can save you 1 day make ready, average apartment community in the US, 200 units, that's going to save you $4,500 a year just by shaving off 1 day of your make readies. So speaking of inspections, we've got a beautiful module that we built for inspections that, again, make it super simple. And we just build in. And so from here, I can look at these inspections and complete these tasks real time. Good, repair, replace, very simple, very consistent all the way through. And then it's giving me a progress chart of how far I'm into the inspection. And then the work orders are going to be automatically generated, or if it's a move out inspection, it's going to generate tasks for the make ready board. So again, a lot of automation in there, saving you time, and that time is your money. So another big aspect of what we built here that I want to just kind of share with you a little bit is we want to improve your manager's ability to manage their maintenance program. Too often in the past, that gets pushed off to the supervisor. Manager says, this is my job in the office. Maintenance is your job, supervisor out there, where that manager really is accountable for everything that happens on an operational standpoint for that community. But they haven't had the tools to properly understand what was happening on the maintenance side. So we're giving them that information. This happens every day at 5 o'clock. This report is issued, it's saved in the system, but it's also emailed to the manager. But we're giving them a narrative at the bottom to help them understand kind of the big picture of maintenance. How is it living today? And then your manager can take these notes and have a conversation with the supervisor or the technicians, either at the end of the day or the start of the day tomorrow. So there's a better communication device that's there so that the team can operate effectively, moving towards the same direction, same goals that have been issued to them, from the beginning for your operations. Beyond that, reporting. We talked about in the beginning, the analytics is there to give you a snapshot information, but sometimes reports and that look back is really important. So we've built those reports for you as well. And you can run these, you can export them in CSV, you can export them in PDFs and share with them to whoever you need to in your pipeline. The last aspect that I want to really emphasize here is your vendor management. So we've built a vendor portal that is going to give you the ability to create, assign, and track work orders for your vendors, just like you are for your technicians. The way the industry is moving, more and more outside contractors are coming in to do work, especially in occupied units, but just because of the lack of availability of maintenance technicians or the lack of skill that's needed for some of the more technical repairs. We wanted to give you the tool that you could assign this work, just like you are your work orders to your technicians, you can assign to your vendor and then track the success of the repair for the vendor, just like you are the technician, so that you can ensure day in, day out, you're using the best vendors across your portfolio that you possibly can. And the last aspect that I want to emphasize too is just back to resident satisfaction and why that's such an important part and why we're helping facilitate that. The automated communication that we're building is going to emphasize or increase the communication for your residents with their work orders. There's no bigger impact on customer service and resident satisfaction than maintenance. And too often, it wasn't that the repairs were done poorly or done well. Residents just felt like they were never notified. So we built in a lot of automation that as you create a work order, at that work order's creation, it's sending a notification to the resident. When that work order is assigned, it's going to send that assignment and picture of the technician to the resident, notifying them that their work order has been signed. And now they're going to see, whether it's a technician or a vendor, whatever it's assigned to, they're going to see a logo or they're going to see the picture of that technician that shows up in their inbox. It's going to increase their comfort and security about who's coming to their home to do the repairs. So again, this is real high level, and I really appreciate the few minutes that you offered to learn a little bit about how we can improve your operations. But hopefully you saw how we're going to enhance your tech skills. We're going to improve their efficiency and effectiveness with all their repairs from a community level, from a region level. We're going to reduce your vacancy loss. We're going to improve your make-ready performance just through the simple facts of executing, scheduling, and managing the workflow from the make-ready process. We're going to enhance your resident satisfaction by driving communication to the resident through a lot of automated communication and information that they're going to get, so they stay well informed of the process from the point that a work order is assigned to the point that it's satisfactorily completed. And beyond that, we're going to give you the analytics right at your fingertips in real time so that you have true information on the performance of your maintenance teams to drive their performance to better levels than you've ever seen before. Thank you, and I can't wait to partner with you in the future.